Hello everybody! Today we've got two things we're going to do. We're going to do a very short transfer today with a tiny bit of money, but as we know, every dollar counts. And then we are going to unstuff and restuff all of our sinking funds to make sure that your girl hasn't messed any of them up. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hello everybody, Marlene, aka Snowgardener 307, and as I told you guys, we're here to do a very small money movement today. We are here to do $4.95. That's right, everybody. This is my weekly Etsy paycheck. So thank you to the couple people who bought some printables. Every dollar counts on this channel, and I am so excited because this is without me really working my Etsy business at all. That's kind of the nice thing, right? When life happens and you get kind of busy, you don't have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and go to our weekly money transfer. And today's date is 3/9. So 3/9/22. And we're not going to mess around putting all of this other stuff in there because there's only two things that we're going to be putting money into today. And that is going to be sinking funds and Georgette. There is not going to be any debt snowball because, as you guys saw on Monday, we did not have any money left over. We overspent. So we are going to put 95 cents into Georgette and we are going to put $4 into sinking funds. So this is not going to take any time whatsoever. Let's see if we can pull Georgette out without her or without everything tipping over. So Georgette is starting at $34.72. Well, let's go ahead and add this 95 cents into here. We've got all kinds of dimes going in. And I feel like I was missing one. That didn't seem like that was enough dimes. 35.67 minus 95. Oops, wrong one. 95 cents. 34.72. Let me look at Georgette's tracker and see if I messed up. Nope, that was right. 34.72. I'd rather look really quickly. So Georgette is all set for the week. Then we've got $4. Like I said, every single penny counts, and we are going to do a one money movement with this to make our life a little bit easier. We've got lots of different goals, but we are going to go ahead and put this money into our IRA envelope. That's right, everybody. The IRA is going to get the whole $4. I did not make a deposit yet, so we rolled over $32. And so today's date is 3/9, and our description is Etsy. We're going to go ahead and add $4 in, so that is going to give us a $36 balance. And let's make sure once we get these $4, which we've got over here on the side, let's make sure this equals $36. So we've got 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So $36 in the IRA envelope right now. And then you guys, as I promised you, we are going to be moving some money around. And we have got every single binder here for us because it has been since January since we have done anything with our sinking funds. So I've got this paper clipped right here. I have already listed every single sinking fund and their beginning balance before. Now, I'm not going to worry about keeping this on camera if I don't have room. I think I might have room, but if you guys see me writing on this, great. If not, it's not a big deal because we are unstuffing and restuffing everything. And so that takes quite a bit of stuff. So while I may make notes over here on the side, my main purpose is not to have you guys watching me do that. I'm going to go ahead and pull both of these. Well, actually, we'll just do that so that we can go ahead and write on them. We have got, everybody always asks, how many sinking funds do you have? Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We've got 25 lines on 2 sheets. That's 50. We actually have more than that because some of them are combined. And the Savings Challenge monthly binder, the one that we just used, this one right here, I only have one line for, and you guys know there are multiple things in there. But that is a-okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. I did this, when did I do this? back in January or December, and then I lost the footage for it. So you guys didn't get to see any of it. We are starting off with a few dollar bills or a few 150, a couple 20s, a couple 10s over here because this was in my to bank envelope. And just in case, to start out, to make things a little bit easier, I thought I would throw that in. So we are starting with $130 in here. We've got our, what are these called? Why can't I remember this? Our placeholders. We have our ones that we've always used, and we have our brand new Australian placeholders from Caro Cash. Woohoo! So we have got 1,500 and 100 placeholders. I'm thinking about getting some more of them, but you know, that's what I got for now. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to start with the adulting binder, and we're going to see what we've got in here. So our adulting binder says that we should have $1,012 in our car, so let's make sure. So we've got 500, 600, 700, 800, 850, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1,000, and 2. I did that wrong. We are going to have a rough time. Let's try it again. So car should have 1,012, 500, 600, 700, 800, 850, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000, 10, 11, and 12. So we have got 1,012, and I'm going to write the ending balance here, and I'm also going to write what I have for placeholders. This is not going to be, if you look at the sheet, it says plus or minus. I'm just keeping track of the placeholders because I need to know how much money I already have in the bank so that when we are done with this, I can go ahead and transfer the money that I need to into the accounts where I need it. So we are putting all of this in, and we are going to unstuff every single sinking fund. We're going to leave the envelopes out. Then we've got taxes, and it says we should have $57 in taxes, 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is correct. And obviously the reason why I am doing this now is I have a lot of little bills in here. I also want to get some more money put into the bank. My friend Crystal from the Crystal Method asked me about using placeholders. And I told her, I said, I actually do use placeholders, but several of them have been used. So we need to go ahead and redo those. So Snow Gardener 307 expenses has $80 in it. So 50, 70, and 80. That one was super easy to count. Now, one thing I do is throughout the month, if I need change, I go ahead and go in here and make change if I need to. So land tax should have 357, 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 310, 320, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. And this is one category that while I will go ahead and use bigger bills for this, you're going to see that I keep it all cash. And I do that because I pay it in cash at the county, because if I use my debit card or anything like that, then it ends up costing me money, and I am not for paying fees. And we pay that every 6 months, and it is coming up due in May, and we'll actually pay that early. Then we've got our subscriptions here. So we should have 19 in Hulu and 25 in Friendly. So 19 and 25 equals 44. So let's make sure we've got $44 in here. We got lots of little bills in here, obviously, so it'll be nice to get rid of some little bills. So we've got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's always a nice thing. Now, normally when I do this, you guys, I have a tray full of 100 sitting here ready to do this exchange. So I am hopeful that we can make this work with the money we have. I mean, if we have to, you know, we're just going to put a little bit bigger stuff in there if we have to. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a note here on what is in what account. All right, then we've got our pets. And pets should have 828. And it looks like we have got $600 in placeholders. So we've got 600. Let me write that down before I forget. 600 placeholders. For me, this is the most important thing because I need to make sure that these placeholders match what's in the bank, and I like to make sure of that. So we've got 600, 650, 700, 750, 770, 790, 810, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So 828 does correlate with what we've got there. And if you guys haven't figured this out already, this is going to be a long video. So I warn you guys, I have a lot of people that have been missing my long videos, and this one is always one of the longest ones. So pets is done. So 828 there. Then we have got home maintenance. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. Home maintenance should have $580 in it. Which I don't believe that. Have we really not put any money in we haven't put any money in since December. So that means in January and February we spent all of our home money, which let's take a look. So we've got 500, 520, 40, 60, 70, and 80. That's kind of sad to me. I like being able to put a little bit of money each and every single month in there, but nothing. That's really sad. So maybe, you know, if nothing else, this will make me aware of my spending habits. This is another good thing about going through your sinking funds and checking out and seeing, what am I doing? Where am I spending my money? Then we've got our back to school, and it has a $100 placeholder. And it says that we should have 170. So we've got 100 there, 50, 55, 60, 65, and 70. I am going to be taking some money out of this for hockey pitchers for my son. I know that's not back to school, but that's how I make that work. Anything for school goes in there. Then we've got Sam's Club should have 305. We sure do. And none of that was in the bank. I have a feeling we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of that in the bank because that's how we pay for it, obviously. So the adulting binder is now empty. And then we have got our fun spending binder.
First thing that we have in here is Snow Gardener 307, and this is for our goals. So this is our fun spending right here. So we've got a $100 Amazon gift card since your girl forgot to spend that. So we should have $48 in cash, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. We have got some yucky looking bills, some trashy looking bills. Then in mine, and we're leaving this $2 bill here. We ain't changing this out. My friend Kathy gave this to me. This is the money for the next 2 weeks in groceries, so we're just going to pretend like that doesn't exist. And we've got $34, so we're going to go ahead and put 20 and 30 and 2, but we're going to leave that $2 right there. My next goal for this is a food sealer. Then we've got Peyton, and Peyton has got $30, $40 in there. So Peyton has got 40. Then Juliet. Now there's going to be a $100 bill in here. We are not going to count that because that is her car payment for this month. So there is $40 in there. And we're going to go ahead and move this. And then furniture. We've had a little bit of money movement here. And we have 140 is all in there. But that's okay because we got Peyton at bed. And that is amazing. Let's make sure we've got 140. We sure do. I told my husband this video was going to be a long time, but I don't think he understood. I told him that I could start dinner before I started filming this, and he's like, I'm fine. And I'm like, the video is going to be a long time. He's like, oh, I'm good. And I'm like, man, you're going to be starving. All right, so for garden, 473 is what it says we have, and we have got $300 in placeholders, so 300 is in the bank already, so 300 there. And then we've got 350, 400, 450, 460, 65, 70, 1, 2, and 3. Get a little bit more of that money into the bank, right? Then we've got my clothing, and this can probably go into the bank. I don't know how much is here, but I know there's over 100. So 139 is what is there. Let's make sure that that's what's there. 50, 1, 20, 30, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Get at least $100 into the bank, making a penny's interest or whatever, right? We all know it's not much. I've had a lot of people ask me how many Capital One 360 savings account I have. Right now I have 10. I have 10 different ones. It's working quite well. And, you know, I like to be able to do it. Personal care has got 605 in there. This was bumped up because of getting my hair done and some Botox. And so there's $200 placeholder in there. And so 200 bucks is in the bank. So we've got 200, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 105. So 605. So that one was right. Probably go ahead and put a little bit more into the bank. So another
binder is unstuffed. Then we've got our vacay. And our vacay has lots of different binders in it, or lots of different envelopes. And so we're going to unstuff these ones fairly quickly. So we've got 65, and there is 65 in there. And that is our airports. We haven't added that much money into these. When's the last time we added two? I guess that's because we haven't added anything in to these little envelopes in a while, because we've been putting all of our money into the big envelopes. Then we've got transportation. It should have 64. Let's make sure. So we've got 50, 55, 60, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then as soon as Vegas is paid for, I'm going to start getting some more put into these little envelopes here. Then we've got travel miscellaneous, which should have 65. So 50, 60, and 5. And we have got eating out. It's going to be interesting to me to see how much Vegas actually costs. Because since I started budgeting and I started, costing everything out, it amazes me. Like where I would think something wouldn't cost that much, it costs a lot more. So we should have 87. So we've got 50, 70, 80, 5, 6, and 7. We have got so many $1 bills. Not near as bad as it was the last time. And most of these are probably going to go back in the same way, even though getting some of these $50 put into the bank might be kind of nice. And tips should have 62, and there is 62 in there. Lots of 50s. We like 50s. Hundreds would be even better, right? Then we've got our excursions. And excursions should have 79, 50, 75, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But travel, yeah, we're going to pay for Mexico as well. And it's amazing when you really research what you can find. We are going to be traveling with a group of younger adults. Now, not all of us are younger. Don't worry about that. So we have picked a resort that is far more affordable because a lot of the young adults don't have the capabilities to save as much as we do. And so spending money should have $83. So let's make sure 50, 70, 80, and 3. And I know some of you guys are going, you're just going to put the same exact cash into this, girl. I know, especially these ones because we haven't had a chance to stuff that much money. Now let's take a look at travel. Now travel has had some money movement. It went up, it went down, it went, everywhere. So let's see what we've got in here. I kind of confused myself a little bit with what I had going on because I paid my friend some money on Venmo, and then my daughter's boyfriend paid us some money to go towards Mexico, just a little bit. So let's see what we've got in here right now. We've got 300 in the bank, and then we've got another 345, so 645. And 300 placeholder. Let me make sure I write that down. So that is one sheet done. So we're halfway done on the unstuffing. And honestly, the vacation money can probably all go into the bank. So this, well, I don't know. Yep. I keep doubting myself. I'm like, do I put it all in the bank besides the 45? Because I only put money in increments of $100 bills. There we go. Whew. All right, now let's get into our giving binder. So we've got our Christmas miracles. I have no idea how much is in here. I know I haven't been putting in as much as I would like to put in there. So let's take a look. So we've got 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 35, 40, 41. So 241. So just a little bit behind what I would like to be. I would like to actually do about $100 a month at least into my giving. Now, just so you guys know, part of this money did come out, so I probably am right on track actually because I bought an entire case of candy bars from my niece because she was selling them, and I'm like, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? You gotta support those people that are important to you and help them reach their goals. Then we've got Christmas, and Christmas has $300 in it. And we don't have any placeholders there, so these are probably going to be going into the bank. And then we've got some holiday money. And what do I have in holidays? There we go. So holidays should have 93, 50, 70, 90, 1, 2, and 3. And I did spend a little bit of this money on Valentine's Day. I don't know if I'm spending any for St. Patrick's. Maybe, right? Because we're going to be in Vegas for St. Patrick's. Then we've got Peyton's birthday. It should have 203. And it's got a $100 placeholder in it. And so let's make sure he's got 203. So we've got 150, 200, 1, 2, and 3. And then we have my hubby's birthday. How much does he have in his? His birthday should have 108. So 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry about that, you guys. Sometimes my brain has to catch up a little bit. And switching from 50s to 20s to 10s for me is just really hard. So that is all correct. And we're going to be able to get rid of some of those small bills there. And I do want to start keeping a little bit more money in the bank. And so I said, what, 108 for that? Yep, 108. Then we've got Miss Julia's birthday. And she has 92. So we've got 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 1, and 2. So we will be able to downsize some of those bills for her, which will be nice. Not quite put them in the bank yet, but almost next month will be at the $100 mark, the halfway mark for her birthday fund. So 92. And then I have gifts. And it looks like I have $100 in the bank already for gifts. So this is gifts right here. So we've got 100, and we should have $200 actually. And I like the idea of having at least part of it in cash, because oftentimes for my nieces and nephews, I'll just put $20, $40 in there. So I like the idea of that. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. So that one will probably stay pretty close to what it was, just because it's nice to be able to have that cash to put into a card or whatever. Most of my nieces and nephews are getting a little bit older, so it's nice to have that money available. So celebration should have 65, or I'm sorry, 75, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, and 75. All right, so that binder is done. And then we have got the savings challenge binder. Now, let's take a look at this. This is our savings challenge money right here. We have got, we're going to leave my hubby's money in there without changing it. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 2. And I forgot, I just took out $11. So we've got 62 there. And then we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there. So when we add this up, we've got 62 plus 9. You guys are going to remember that, right? So we've got $71 in there. Now, I'm not sure I want to put all this in there. Oh. It's hard to remember to do this, so we're just going to keep those. Let's just roll with it. Well, let's do what we said we're going to do. We're going to change it all out, all of it. So here we go. So there's that stack. So we know that we have 71 there. Then we've got 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 300. So I'm going to add this up in the calculator over here, you guys, because I can see myself messing this one up. 20, 40, 60, 80, another 100. I said I was going to mess it up. I already have. So this was 71. And then we've got 400 there. Okay, so 471. Then we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. We're going to go ahead and add that 55. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So in the savings challenge envelope, we have $543. And I kept this separate for my hubbies. And we are not going to change this out. We're going to leave this all exactly how it is. So that's the one envelope you're not going to see over there. So $543 will not be in there. Then we've got Australia. Let's check out. What do we have in Australia? I have no idea. Oh, I think I forgot to color in my tracker last time. Dang it anyway. So we've got 260. And we have a $100 placeholder. Now, Australia is quite interesting because we are adding our honeymoon money to it as well. So when we come to the honeymoon, that is going to be added into the same line, you guys, because we have determined to add those together. And so our honeymoon, I don't even know if this is right. I did write it down over here. Let's see. Yeah, see, we have $4 in there because for whatever reason, I have 4 random dollars in there. But we have got $2,250 in our honeymoon. So that's going to help, you know, that Australia fund quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and combine these. Now this $4, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I guess I could just add that in there too. So 2254 for the honeymoon. We took the honeymoon out. We're just going to put that $4 in there. Then we've got Saveopoly. How much do we have in Saveopoly right now? We should have $87. Let's make sure. So we've got 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87. So that one is right where it needs to be. And then we don't have nearly as many small bills, which is a good thing. And then we've got our 1s, our 5s, and our 10s. Now, the point of these is to keep the dollar bills in there. So let's just double check these, and we're going to leave the cash in these as well. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is right. And we will just add up what the total is. And just so you guys know, these are going to Australia as well. So we've got 7. And then for the 5s, let's see, we should have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Plus 55. And then our 10s challenge, it looks like we should have 6 10s. So that should be $60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yes, yes, yes. And so for those, when I added all of those up, that was 122. And I don't know if you guys can really see what I'm doing over here or if you're paying attention. But one thing I am going to do is there's been a few things that we left in cash, right? So we left the savings challenge money in there, and we left the Australia, the 1s, 5s, and 10s in there. So I highlighted that just so I know the money's in there. Then we've got our month ahead, and our month ahead is 100%. Oh, it's not all in the bank. We've got $6 there. And what does it say we have now? So in the month ahead online, we have $2,807.24. We don't worry about 24 cents. And actually for our online, we only do even dollars. So for our month ahead, and we had 25.06. So if we keep this $6 in there, it is going to be 28.06, and that will be $2,800 in placeholders. And I'm pretty sure that my online is not showing an online transfer that I just did for my paycheck, you know, because I just did that. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to actually be $3,000. Super excited about that. We are getting that much closer to getting everything where it needs to be. Then we've got our emergency save, and our emergency save has been sitting at $15,000. And let's make sure that's what we've got in there. 10,000 and 5,000 is how we have those. So 15,000, for emergency save. We have not been adding into that because we have already reached our first goal, and now we are doing the month ahead. And once the month ahead is done, then we will jump right back into adding into those. Then we have got what I am now calling our Savings Challenge monthly binder. This is going to go on one line on my tracker because I just don't have enough lines.
So we've got our savings challenges here. So we are going to leave all of the money in here. We might go ahead and change it out. So we've got 25 in there. Nothing needed to be done there. So we're going to go ahead and add that up. So 25. Then we've got that snowball. We should have 72. So we've got 50, 60, 72. Just going to leave that be. It will be just fine. So plus 72. And then we've got our IRA, which you guys just saw we just counted. That's 36. And then we have my accomplishments challenge in here. And this is $29. So we're going to leave that in there. This will save us a little bit of time and make it a little bit easier. Then we've got my scratch offs. And let's see how much we have in here. 20, 30, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So plus 44. And then these are the April envelopes, so there is nothing in them. And then back here we have our Hot Trash December, which has $150. This is our little mini emergency fund. So that is going to stay right where it's at because that's our cash emergency for a small one. So in this binder, we have $356.
I decided to keep these all together like this because these are always going to be changing. And I didn't want to make checking in that much harder. Then we've got my hubby's binder. So let's take a look. So he's got Vroom Vroom. And this has $200 in the bank. And that's it. So we're going to leave that one too. That's just going to make our life that much easier. And I'm pretty sure Guy Things and Stuff is exactly the same. If I can get this out, we'll be doing good. There's 100 in there. So 200, 200, 200. He has been having some fun, so he's been spending some money out of those. And then we have emergency savings, and his emergency savings per the bank with the bank amount is $3,500. And he's got another $500 in cash because he likes to keep that. And so this is exactly the same as what it was the last time. And that's because he's working on some other things. So this is basically 1 month ahead for him. So $4,000 there as well. And that was $3,500 in placeholders. I almost forgot to put my placeholders in here. And then I would have been so lost. Now let's go ahead and start taking a look at what he's got here. So we've got holidays. What does he have in here? So holidays should have 310, and he has $200 in the bank for that. And for holidays for him, this is mainly Christmas is what this is, because he doesn't spend a lot of money on other holidays. However, he does sometimes get things like he just got flowers for me, and he could have easily taken money out of there if he wanted to. Then we've got his gifts, and his gifts right here are going to have 240 exactly right. And he's got 200 in placeholders. And these gifts are gifts for anybody and any way that he wants to do it. So 240, and he had $200 in placeholders. Then he's got his giving. And his giving, I have no idea what it is. I know he hasn't had much money extra. So he's got $55 in there. When you're starting to pinch pennies, it's, most easy to lower that giving. And that's one of the places that we have pinched from. Subscriptions. Let's see what he's got in here. So he's got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then he's got 7. So 14 and 7, $21. And we're just going to leave those be as well, just to make our life a little bit easier, because there's no reason to break those down and then just restuff them. I started thinking about that for all of those travel ones, but guess what? It's too late. Then motorcycle insurance. Let's check this one out. So he's got 240 and he's got 200 in the bank. And we're going to leave that one the same as well. Did we put giving back in here? No, we put it in the pile. I guess he could use a little bit of change for that. Then we've got garbage. And I called our garbage company like last month and they never got back to me. Like, I have not gotten a bill. We've got 117 in here, 50, 70, 90, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're going to go ahead and put this in here because we're going to go ahead and get part of this put into the bank because I know that we need to pay this. I know it's past due, but I've called them and I just called them again. And the bad thing is their business hours are not the best. Then we've got taxes. And so for taxes, this is something that has changed. We paid taxes. And so his balance, now this is going to be a little bit different, but this is what we've got in here right now because the most recent one hasn't shown up online. So online, it shows that he has $2,375.85. So we're just going to do 2,375, and that's all going to be in the bank. So we need 2,375 placeholders. And so there's the 5. So we just need to add in another 1,200. And you know what? Since we're at the end, let's go ahead and get this done. Let's see how much cash we have. Now, your girl ain't counting this. It's not happening. I'm too tired, right? We're already, I'm sure, 30-some minutes into this video. So here is our cash that we have. So not too shabby. I feel like our lighting in this video is not the best. Hopefully that's okay. All right, so a good chunk of change, right? I have no idea how much is here in cash. I can tell you this, that it's nothing compared to the last time that I did a cash exchange. But that was only a few months ago. And, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So let's go ahead and get our cash restuffed. Try to minimize the small bills if we can. And we'll just see. Like I said, normally I get some $100 bills and just have those. But this time we're just rolling with it. Because I know some of you guys, people have asked me, they're like, well, I don't have an extra $1,000 in the bank, or I don't have an extra, you know, however much you need. So I figured this one, let me show you. I started with just a little bit. You guys saw in the tray, it was $130. It wasn't a huge amount. And the only reason why I put that in there was because I had it in there already. But let's get this done. I'm going to go ahead and take out my placeholders just to make my life a little bit easier. So these are the $100 ones that are laminated, so that makes it a little bit easier. Then we've got our 500 and we've got our 1,000. And of course, we're going to be transitioning our Australia money to our Australian placeholders. I'm so excited. All right, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and go back the way that we came and get this done. You guys are going to see that on the side. And so, auto, right here. So, auto should have $1,012. We are going to go ahead and we had a $500 placeholder already. We are going to go ahead and grab a $1,000 placeholder and we're going to go ahead and put $12 in there. So 10, 11, 12. And then I'm going to get my notepad right here and I'm going to make myself some notes. Because if I don't make notes, you guys, by the time I get a chance to move money around, I will have forgotten. So I've got my little notepad right here. So we're going to do auto, and we're going to add 500 into the bank. So $1,012 in auto. And then we have got taxes. There's not enough to move into the bank for this, so it's going to be $57. And we are going to try to keep these in as few of bills as we possibly can, which of course is the purpose. So $57 there. And then for the expenses, we've got $80. Again, not enough money as far as I'm concerned to put into the bank. And so 50, 70, and 80. And there would have been, but I just paid $106 in ink. So there is that. Then we've got land tax. As I told you guys, this one's not going into the bank either because we pay in cash. And it's just easier to keep it in cash. So we've got 300, 50, 5, 6, and 7. And then we've got Hulu and Friendly. So Friendly is easy. It's 25. And then $19 for Hulu. So I'm sure this is the exact same bills that we just put in there. But it is what it is. So there is our subscriptions. And then we've got pets. And let's see, what did we say we had? We said we had 828, and pets before had $600, so they already had 600. So let's grab this 600, and I'm going to be going to the vet, but I really think we could add in, let's just keep $28 in cash. So 25, 6, 7, and 8. So we're going to go ahead and add in $200 to the bank. Because when I go to the vet, how do I pay anyway? That's right, I don't pay cash, I pay with a card. When I have my Chewy orders, how do I pay? With cash. Now, the only thing that I worry about with having 800 and not a bunch of little stuff is what if my Chewy bill is $62, right? So we'll see. This might be a mistake, but we're gonna roll with it. So we got that. Home maintenance, 580. And home already had the 500, so we're just going to go ahead and grab the 80. So 50, 70, and 80, and grab that $500 bill right back. Then we've got back to school, and back to school already had 100 in the bank, and so then we just need $70, 50, and 70. Makes it so easy. And then for Sam's Club, we're going to go ahead and put $300 into Sam's in the bank. No. We're going to put 200 into the bank. Because then it's going to give us a little bit of wiggle room. So 200, 300, and 5. So there's one real bill in there. And this is what I was just talking about with pets. Because if I, get online on Sam's and I order $125, then yeah, 100 comes out of the bank, but the other 25, I think I make things a little bit harder than I need to, because that's just how I roll sometimes. Then we've got our fun spending. So we've got SG 307, and of course, this one right here already has a $100 gift card. So we're just going to go ahead and grab that $48, 20, 40, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this one we are saving for a computer now, you guys, now that we've got the camera. And no, I'm not using my camera yet. I know I'm being a loser, but that's just how it is right now. And then we have got mine, and all I had in here was $34, and we kept that too. So we've got 20, 30, 1, and 2. So it was probably exactly the same, but that's okay. Then we've got Peyton, and believe it or not, we are going to go ahead and change out one of these for 20s, but we're going to keep the other two 10s. And then Julia had 40. So again, I'm sure it's exactly what we took out. And I probably should have counted the money to see how much we had in there, but we'll add it all up. So we've got 40, and that $100 bill stayed in there because that's going to go towards her car payment this month. Then for, we're going to keep furniture. Let's see, furniture had the $100 placeholder, and that just gave us $40 other dollars. So we're going to keep that just how it was. And then garden. I need to put this furniture on the front because this one is not labeled. So garden should have $473, and we already had 300 in placeholders. We're going to go ahead and make that 400. So garden, I'm going to go ahead and add another one. And so we're going to do 473, so 50, 70, 1, 2, and 3. And then we've got my clothing. And we're going to go ahead and do $100 to the bank. And then we're going to do $39. Man, I can't write. So 20, 30, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 139 for clothes. And then personal care, we had 200 in the bank. We are going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and add another 300 to the bank. So that's going to give us 500. I know this seems silly, but I'm going to go ahead and use 5 of these because I'm getting ready to get my hair done and stuff. So 500, and then that leaves us with 105. No. We're going to do 200 to the bank because I like to pay the lady that cuts my hair in cash, and she's coloring my hair and everything. So we're going to go ahead and do, so we've got 400, 500, 600, and 5. So 605, so we added 200 in there. There's something grody in this envelope. Oh my goodness, what is that? There we go, we got it out. So that is 2 binders down. Probably gonna have to fast forward some of this. And I've told you guys this before, while I love the laminated ones, they're just a little bit of a pain in the hiney to put in. And I didn't even think about that when I asked for them to be laminated. So that was my fault because I didn't think about them getting to be bigger. All right, fun spending is done. Now we are going to go into...
We're going to go into our travel binder. We are just going to minimize as many small bills as we can. We're not going to stuff these back in. So we've got $65 for airports. Then we've got 64 for transportation. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 64. And then we have got 65, 50, 60, and 5. And then we've got eating out has 87. So 50, 70, 80, 5, 6, and 7. And then we've got tips, which has 62. We're going to go ahead and do 50, 55. I like keeping a few ones in places, you guys. So 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1, and 2. We're going to keep just a few extra ones. It will help us make change in the month if we need to. Excursions has 79. So 50, 70, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Spending money has 83, 50, 70, 80, 1, 2, and 3. And last but not least, we have travel. And travel had $645 in it. 300 of it was in the bank already. So we're going to keep that way. And then we are going to go ahead and add in another 300 to the bank. So we need, well, let's just go ahead and grab 500, 600 right there. And we need $45. 20, 40, and 5. Oh, we're not putting any of those back in. We're just going to leave them like that to save time.
Perfect. And then we're on our second sheet. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into our giving binder. And Christmas Miracles had 122. So 100. No, Christmas Miracles had 241. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the bank. Christmas Miracles. We're going to go ahead and add 200 to the bank. So we're going to do... Oh, I don't know if these are going to fit in this. I might have to trim them down. So 241, 20, 40, and 1. Let's see if these are going to fit in there. And just barely. I will probably trim those down. Can you guys see how tight that is? Yeah. We're going to trim those down. So 241 into there. And then we've got Christmas, and we had 300. We're going to go ahead and add 300 into the bank. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And then making sure that we don't have anything. Holidays had 93. So 50, 70, 90, 1, 2, and 3. And then we've got Peyton's birthday. He already had 100 in the bank. We're going to go ahead and add Peyton in another 100 to the bank. So he is just going to have $3 in his money right there. And we're going to do 2 $100 bills that are placeholders. Then we've got my hubby's birthday, and he had 108. So we're going to go ahead and move 100 as well. So let's grab 100 of this and $8, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we've got Julia's birthday. She has 92. So 50, 70, 90, 1 and 2. Then we've got general gifts, which has $200. And let's see, general gifts, did it already have? It did already have a $100 placeholder. So we're going to keep a $100 placeholder. And then, as I told you guys before, we're going to go ahead and keep some smaller bills. So we've got 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100. I do believe we got rid of a couple fives, but we're just going to roll with it that way. Celebrations had 75 in it, 50, 70, and 5. Perfect. We're getting there, you guys. And then we've got the savings challenges, and this shouldn't be too bad because we kept this already intact. So savings challenges we kept intact. Then we've got Australia. So we do need to figure this out. So we've got Australia and we've got the honeymoon. And so Australia plus the honeymoon. Let's see. So the honeymoon was online, wasn't it? Oh, 2,254 of it were. So what did we have? Just trying to confuse the crap out of myself, you guys. So we've got 64 in cash. So we've got 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to go ahead and add in another $100 placeholder. I don't know why I didn't write Australia. Oh my gosh, I can't spell, you guys. Australia to bank, another 100. So what we're looking at is we have 2,200. So we're looking at 2,400 in the bank right now. So we've got 1,000, 2,000. And we are going to go ahead and let's see. We don't have a lot of the 100s anymore. Oh. Wait, everybody. I almost messed up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's our Caro cash right here. So we've got 1,000, 2,000. We're going to use this 500 and we are going to make a notation on it with a sticky note or a sticker. Let's see, what do I have that's handy? We are going to put this little sticker right here and we are just going to say 400. Perfect. I don't know why I used a permanent pin there, but that's okay. So, and it's fine. The sticker will come off. These are kind of laminated, so amazing. 2464. So we're going to do some plus honeymoon. 2464, which means that I'm going to have to color this in again. But right now, to save a little bit of money, or time, I should say, we're just going to leave that and roll forward. So Australia is correct. Savopoly needs 87, 50, 70, 80, 5, 6, and 7. And then we know the 1s, 5s, and 10s we left alone. Month ahead, we needed to add our placeholders in here. So my month ahead had $2,806 in it. So let's go ahead and grab the $6, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and grab the 2,800. So we've got 2,000, 25, 6, 7, and 8. So 2,806 for month ahead. Emergency savings was good to go. So that one had placeholders for $15,000. And then we have got our little monthly one. And did we take anything out of this one? 356. I don't believe we did. Do we need to change anything out? I don't feel like we really needed to really change much out either. I guess we could change out for the IRA. Let's do that. So 36. Let's go ahead and do 20, 30, 5, and 6. And then we will put all these ones here. That will make that a little bit thinner. And then for our accomplishments, that was 29. So that was as low as we could get it. Our scratch offs, I feel like they were pretty good too. Yeah, we're just going to leave our scratch offs. And then, of course, our hot trash was good as well. So that one's easy. Now let's do my hubbies. And we are going to be done, you guys. Let's see if we can keep this under an hour. I don't know if we can do it, but let's try our hardest. So we've got Vroom Vroom had 200. We're leaving it just is. Guy Things and Stuff had 200, leaving it just as is. Emergency Savings had his $4,000, 500 in cash. We're leaving it as is. Now for his gifts, he had $310. We're going to leave it as it was. It had $200 in placeholders. And then it had another 110, but we're going to go ahead and do 2 50s and a 10 just to make it, no, you know, we're going to do 20s and 5s. 20, 40, 60, 81. And it's the same reason why with mine, because, you know, for nieces and nephews, he might pitch in 20 or 25 and I might do the other or something like that. So 310, 200 in the bank, which is what he had before for gifts. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 5, and 10, which equals 310. And then gifts. I thought we just did gifts. That was holidays. What did I do? No, I did 310. Okay, 310. Phew. And then for gifts, 240. And that was holidays. So does that need to have the other 100? We're going to leave it. It's fine. Gifts, we're going to leave 200 because this way, if he needs to, he can take out of there. So 240, those haven't changed. And then for giving, he had $55 in there. So let's just go ahead and put that back in. 55 for giving. Subscriptions, we left alone. Motorcycle insurance, we left alone. Garbage was 117. And we are going to go ahead and add $100 into the bank, because I know that needs to be paid. And then we've got the 17, 10, 15, 16, 17. And your girl is out of $100 placeholders. So she's going to go ahead and change this one into a 100. That's a good problem to have, right? That means more money into the bank. We just need to get another $100 put into a couple accounts, and then we'll be able to use that 500. So 100 for garbage. Taxes, we are good to go. I need to update. Ooh, maybe one of these will work. Maybe. So self-employment taxes, we have, yes, we can do that. So we're going to change this to 375. And then we're going to take this one, move it over there, put this 100 here. So we've got 2,375 in the bank right now. He's going to be doing quarterly taxes, just so you guys know. And I know that there's at least another 500, if not 750, that actually was transferred into that. So that is what we've got. Let's see, how much money should we have to be putting into the bank? So if my math is correct, that should be $2,500 going into the bank. And we started out with 130. So the cash that we should have to put into the bank should be 2,630. Let's take a look.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. 100, 200, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950. We're going to make this easy really quick. 950, so there's 2,000. Now we're looking for $630 if we are correct. So let's take a look. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20. I'm going to add this up over here just so I don't mess up, guys. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So plus 150, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. So that equals $600 so far. So as long as we've got $31 bills here, we've done it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for the third pile of 10 for
$2,630, you guys. I didn't mess it up. I am so happy about that, because that's one of the worst part about doing bill exchanges is, you know, you're so worried that you're going to mess stuff up. We did good. I hope that you guys enjoyed this bill exchange. I'm so excited to get this money into the bank in the various accounts. And get it making some money, right? So that's $26.30. So $2,500 came out of sinking funds. The way that this works, just so you guys know, this is all not going to go into one account. We have my sinking fund account, my husband's sinking fund account, our sinking fund account. Then we also have our honeymoon / Australia fund as a separate one. So most likely this is going to be going into 4 different savings accounts. All right, everybody, that's it for me today. $2,500 going into the bank. I say that's a win. I hope you guys enjoyed. And remember, until I see you guys next time, keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.